Hi, welcome to Uplift with Vision. I'm glad you're back today. It's a wonderful day. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad to be here. We are on Facebook Live. You can watch the reruns of Uplift on Vision's website, visioncsl.org. So get comfortable. We're going to pray in right now. You ready? Okay. So I do give great thanks for this day, for coming together virtually, for this technology which allows us to stay connected across the miles. I give great thanks for all of the good that Spirit is as it is flowing in and through and around and as us. I give great thanks for the intuition, the ingenuity, and the creativity of all of us, finding ways to keep in touch, to stay in touch, to remind ourselves that there is just this one life. It is God's life. It is our life right here and now. And we are so grateful, and so it is. Amen. So good afternoon and welcome to the Uplift. Patti Paris, and I'm several days away from cutting my own hair, and that's going to be ugly. I don't know how you're feeling right now, but I'm feeling a little frustrated. I just feel like, it should be over. It should be over. Do you ever do that? Do you ever should on yourself? Well, I feel that way sometimes when I get frustrated. And so I was going to call this segment Friday Funnies because I thought we could just use some laughs and some lightheartedness. I was going to tell jokes, and my family said, "Oh, God, please don't do that, honey." Yeah, I know. It's just the way it is because they know the kind of jokes I like. Anyway, so instead, what I want to do is I want this to be an open forum Friday, Feedback Friday. I'd love to take your questions. About anything, religious science or spirituality. I'm not going to talk politics, so don't even go there. And I won't answer the question, how much do I weigh? I'm not going to answer that one either. What I will say about that is I would like to weigh what it says on my driver's license, but I don't. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So I would love to hear your questions. And we can talk about it. What is on your mind right now? What are the things that are really up for you? And we can address that and go from there. What do you think? Let me see. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell you one of the funniest jokes in the entire world while I'm waiting for questions to come in. You ready? This is the funniest joke ever. Okay? Horse walks into a bar, right? Orders a beer. Bartender slides the beer over, goes, "Hey, bud, why the long face?" Isn't that great? That is the funniest joke in the whole world. Why the long face? Oh my God, I love it. Yeah, see, that's why my family said don't tell jokes. I just love that one. Okay. Let's see, what does it say here? What kind of questions would you like answered? What kind of questions would you like answered? What is the best introduction to religious science? I love the book. There's a little tiny book. We used to give it away in our guest packets. I think it says What Religious Science Teaches. And it's a lovely book, and it gives you the basics of religious science, those core concepts that we talk about all the time, the way Ernest Holmes described it, and he talked about it always in those three things. In his ministry the whole time, he said we're surrounded by a universal intelligence. That universal intelligence responds to our thoughts. That thoughts are things, right? So that universal intelligence responds to our thoughts and outpictures according to our predominant beliefs, the beliefs that we keep thinking over and over and over, whatever thoughts that they are. What Ernest Holmes called the law, which is the unthinking aspect of the divine, the one that just goes to work out picturing, similar to what we would say like the soil, planting the seed in the soil. It just goes to work, manifesting those predominant thoughts. So that book, What Religious Science Teaches, I think that would be a good one as far as a first introduction to religious science. Yeah. Oh, James said, yeah, people love this thing called You. Absolutely, it's a good intro. There is also another one. It used to be called This Thing Called Life, and over the years, they've changed the name of it. I don't know why, but they changed the name of the book from This Thing Called Life to, it escapes me now. What did they change it to? Oh well, I'll remember it in a minute. This Thing Called You, This Thing Called Life, The Art of Life. That's it. They changed it to The Art of Life. But it's the exact same book. It's just published under a different name. What else can I tell you? Did Ernest Holmes have anything to say about the flu of 1918? There was the one passage I was able to find about that was written in the book Ernest Holmes, His Life and Times, and it was written by Fenwick Holmes, his brother. And what he said was that Ernest Holmes' home, the home that he had created, it was sort of a sanitarium, they called it. It was for people returning home from World War I. They didn't have the term PTSD at that time, but that's really what he was treating, soldiers that were wounded physically and or emotionally, mentally. And he said he kept the hospital open, he kept his group home open during the 1918 flu epidemic. He said there were people all around that would wear gauze masks walking around town. There were people that would go home sick from work, and he said they'd never be seen again. But he said he never lost a person in the sanitarium during that time. And, and I believe him. I'm assuming that absolutely the prayer work that they were doing, treating men, was very successful. In fact, he even said he had one of his religious science practitioners go to a VA hospital, well, a hospital where veterans were being treated at the time, and just doing prayer over there, and he said that the young men improved greatly. They stopped, they said that she had one death, I think, over there, and people got better, faster. So proving, I guess, anecdotally anyway, we know prayer works. And so that's about the only thing I've read from or about Ernest Holmes' work during that time. Yeah. What have we got?
How can you explain to little kids about the pandemic without scaring them, fear in their soul?
How can we explain the pandemic to children without frightening them? I think it's talking to them about being safe. I mean, we are rearing our children to be safe anyway, right? We talk to them about looking both ways before they cross the street and in washing their hands after they go to the bathroom, all those kinds of things that we've been teaching them all along, ever since that they were little, about staying safe. Without frightening them, I think we can say it the same way, that this is it's not a scary time if you don't make it scary. It's a time to be conscious. It's a time to be awake and aware of your body, of your surroundings, of other people, things like that. But all of those safety tips that you tell them about why they're home and they're not going to school, it's to be safe. And you can explain it to them very much the same way. They are told not to talk to strangers, or they're told to have a safe word from mom and dad, or things like that at school. And all of these things are to keep us healthy, and to keep us happy, and to keep us safe, and to keep us growing. And so I think that it'd be a great idea to explain it in very much the same ways, not as something to frighten them, but as something to reinforce good habits and good patterns. Yeah, let's see, The Art of Life, yes, I was right, yay! Okay, yeah, I don't see anything here. What do we have? Oh, isn't that sweet? How can the Vision community support me? Oh my gosh, that is so sweet. It's wonderful. Doing these Uplift broadcasts are really so helpful for me. It keeps me in touch. I feel like we're together in this room that I'm sitting in, even though it's empty, because you're right here with me, and I love that. I love the Vision community so much. It's so dear to my heart. And so this is lovely. having the Vision communities being supportive of each other is so wonderful to see. Continuing the contributions, we're getting contributions mailed to us to keep this ministry healthy and thriving and continuing to run, because the bills still need to be paid, as you know, the rent still needs to be paid, things like that. So yeah, people that are donating as if they're really sitting here is just a wonderful help. And prayer, I want you praying. I want you praying for the health of yourselves and for the health of each other, the health of the planet. I want to see those affirmative prayers. I want to hear them. I want you to post them on Facebook. That we know the health, and we absolutely are united in affirming the health of the planet. This is an awakening, folks. This is an awakening. We are one. We're not divided. The illusion of separation is something that the news wants to hammer home, or our government wants to. I know I'm not going to talk politics, I said that. But the illusion of separation is just that, it's an illusion. And what we are awakening to is this planetary oneness, to know, to remember who we are. And that's what this is doing. We're checking on each other. We're calling each other. We're reaching out to each other. We're delivering groceries. We're helping each other out any way we can, because we're recognizing we're one. We are one. We're all in this together. And the love and the support and the compassion is just amazing. The blessings that are coming out of this thing are just amazing. We are showing our true selves. We're showing our oneness. So grateful. So grateful to all of you. So yeah, prayers, lots and lots of prayers. What else do we have? Oh, Mark, what are you saying? What is the best way to let the Vision family and practitioners know if we need help or if someone we know gets sick? That's a really good question. We will put out email blasts. I know that we're moving to a new database, or we have moved to a new database system, but I know we have the email up and running, those group emails up and running. So we will send out things. We encourage people to email us back. If you do need help, if you do want prayer calls, if you want more often, we are having our practitioners call the Vision community at home or wherever you're staying and check in with you and see what those prayer requests or prayer needs are. And if you would like to get in touch with us, send us an email. Vision CSL, wait, what am I doing? You can send one to me, Reverend Patti, Rev, R-E-V-P-A-T-T-I, Rev Patti at visioncsl.com. I will get that directly. You can send emails to info@visioncsl.com, and then we'll forward that on to the appropriate person or practitioner or minister that you would like prayer from. You can go directly to the practitioners at visioncsl.com as well, and all of the practitioners will get your prayer request. Oh, there are any number of ways. You can call into the prayer phone line, and I will get that, and we can call you back. There are many ways that you can reach out to Vision, and we are here for your prayer support. So we are walking through it with you, and and we're all supporting each other. So thank you for that. Thank you for that question. From JP, within ourselves, how do we resolve a sense of concern with maintaining a positive attitude? I want to see more. I want to see more of what this says, and I can't. I don't wish. I don't want to scare myself or others, but I don't want to be the religious scientist in hell. That's an old joke, right? The religious scientist in hell that just is standing there, I'm not here and it's not hot. And I don't want anybody to do that either. You don't just stand in denial when the underlying feeling is concern or is fear. You don't want to just ignore it or, paint pink icing over top of it, or, what we say is you don't put a smiley face sticker over your check engine light. If you are distressed, if you are in fear, absolutely feel it. Absolutely lean into it. We don't want to pretend that everything's okay when we're not feeling that. But you go back to your prayer practice then. You go back to your meditation. You make a phone call. You call a practitioner. You call a minister. Say, I'm not seeing God. I'm seeing the condition. I'm not seeing God, I'm seeing the condition. And it's a very scary place to be when all you can see is the condition. And this is absolutely the time where that's going to happen. That will come up for us. So that's the time to double down on our prayer practice. That's the time to call someone. If I'm in fear, I'm calling you. I'm calling another practitioner. I'm calling another minister. I'm saying, hey, you know what? All I'm seeing is the condition. And I can't see God in this right now. So I need prayer support. And so I think that that's what you do. But surely, yeah, we don't want to deny it. We don't want to cover it up, because that's like, Debbie Ford used to say, that's like holding a beach ball underwater, You can only do that so long. It takes all of your energy, and it's going to pop up anyway. And it's going to splash you, and it's going to get all over everybody else around you. So we have to really lean into the fear, wrestle with it. Get to know what it wants to tell you, and get prayer support. Get prayer support so you can go back to seeing God. Yeah.
What are your personal spiritual tools you do daily?
Oh, my personal spiritual tools, the things I use to remember. I wake up in the morning. Well, my dog wakes me up in the morning, I should say that. She usually gets me up around 5:36, and she wants to go out. And I use that time as my prayer and meditation time. It's perfect. It's quiet. The world hasn't, gotten up yet, or at least my house hasn't. And I use that as my prayer and meditation time. And I do my meditations, then I do my prayer work. I do the prayer for all the people that are on my prayer list, which are the people that have submitted prayer request forms here at Vision, and then my own personal prayer requests from people that I know outside of Vision that I'm praying for as well. And that takes a while. So that's a good involved process in the morning. And then during the day, when the hour strikes, or when the even hour strikes, it's just a matter of taking a moment, or 5 minutes, and breathing and going within and just connecting with the breath. It is so important, particularly if you are anxious. There's anxiety up a lot around now. And so when there's anxiety, you want to just take a 5-minute time out for yourself, whenever you need to, just to go within, just to connect with the breath. And in that 5 minutes, what you will remember is that there is no separation, that you are God incarnated in form, that Spirit is expressing through you. And through you comes wisdom, wholeness, health, vitality, peace, abundance, goodness, harmony. All of those qualities come through you when you remember who you are. And just in those little 5 minutes, you can come out of that and in strength and in power. Not the power over people, but the power within you. The higher power's power expressing as you. And you come out assured, and you come out in strength, and you come out in that unconditional love that God has for its creations, and you are that. So that's mine. And then, of course, meditation and prayer in the evening once again. But take those 5-minute breaks during your day. I just absolutely can't say enough about them. They're so helpful. They reset us. What is it? I know Anne Lamott said, with your computer, almost everything works fine if you just unplug it and then plug it back in. And she said that goes for people too. And I agree with that. That goes for people too. So take that 5 minutes, unplug, and then plug yourself back in and reboot. It'll change your attitude. It'll change the world around you. It absolutely will. Oh, I think that's about it. I think that's all we're addressing right now. And I want to tell you that we'll be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, and at 1 p.m. The Uplift with Vision will be back, so come on back and tune in with us. Sunday, of course, we will have our Sunday celebration at 10 a.m. It will be live streaming, so visit us then. We'll have special music for you, and our celebration singers will be here, and it'll be me, and it'll be you from wherever you're sitting And it'll be a wonderful, refilling, refreshing, uplifting Sunday celebration. So see us then. Until tomorrow at 1, from my heart to yours, I love you dearly. There is no separation. We are Vision. We are one. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.